All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's go.
Nice one.
Hey. Episode 127. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Episode 127. A problem for who? had to take care of a problem.
Yeah, buddy. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
P Original, baby. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back.
Welcome back. And this is episode 127, and we call this one a problem. Like a problem?
Is there a problem? Is there a problem?
Is there a problem here? We trying to figure out if you have a problem with anything. Is there a problem?
Yeah.
Or do you have a problem? Do you not have a problem?
Exactly. Hey, look, man. It's been brought to my attention, that sometimes I can over respond. I ain't gonna say overreact. I can over respond to certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, I have to ask myself, is it a problem?
Is it a problem? Yeah. Now let me ask you this. If you don't mind me asking, I'm gonna throw this at you. If you don't like it, just throw it right back. Okay. Was it brung to your attention by the missus?
Oh man, account with that right there. That's automatic.
Oh, okay.
that right there is automatic, directly and indirectly.
Okay.
I think a lot of what I'm saying about the situation is that we can ask that question in so many different ways. We make a joke out of, yo, is it a problem or this, that?
Right.
You can literally say that phrase a bunch of different ways, and each way is a different situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
right.
It just makes you think about, like, okay, first and foremost, wow, do I really have a problem?
Do I have a problem?
Like, is it really a situation? So, definition real quick for problem, man. Something that is difficult to deal with.
Something that's
a
difficult
source of trouble or worry. A difficulty in understanding something.
Okay.
A feeling or not liking or wanting to do something.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, like, when you really think about it, when you ask that question, is there a problem? That's a legitimate question. And I just think that that's something that we need to discuss, man. But before we get into it, we got to start off with, discussing how our week has gone since the last time we spoke.
Yeah.
So brother, how's your week been since last Tuesday?
Week's been good. What did I do? Friday, I did the school dance for Martin Luther King. Let's clap it up for them. They're good kids. I didn't mean to laugh at them, but good kids. Had a good time. They danced. You know what I mean? Saturday, I did a paint and sip. Nice little paint and sip. Shout out to L.A. Williams. Shout out to Chef Val Williams. It was for his mother to paint and sip. You know what I mean?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's
it was
awesome.
A beautiful thing. Let's clap it up for that. Couple of our cousins was there. I don't know if you ever met them, but they were definitely our family. Was there? Yeah.
I talked to bruh too, man, and I didn't realize that our mom and his mother shared a birthday. So
I didn't even know that. I would have told his mom happy birthday the other day. I didn't even know that.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
So we talked about it. So once again, shout out to his earth, man. May she have many, many more.
Yep.
But go ahead. So, like you said, nice event. A lot of people there.
And happy birthday to our mother. Let's go ahead. June 1st, yeah.
Happy, heavenly birthday. Mom,
Yep. Happy birthday to Uncle Patrick.
Absolutely.
Happy birthday, Uncle Patrick. Yeah, we got to. They're twin. Got to shout him out. Well, yo.
Absolutely.
Here I go.
That's right. So
but I pretty much did that Sunday. I was home hanging out. doing regular thing. I was chilling. I was seeing something on the news. They was talking about the air quality has been like off in New Jersey. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That can definitely be a problem. I'm gonna tell you,
right,
man.
right.
One of the things I don't know if you use any of these different AI devices in your home, man, the dots or what I mean, and other different devices that they have, but it's so funny, man. We talk about it, is it a problem or not, man? I walk around the house, I got quite a few of these devices. And when it is an issue, like
That's
some
your
kind of
problem, right?
national weather thing,
Yeah,
it's not a problem. It's, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? But when you walk around the house, whenever there's a national weather, not so much emergency, something, but warning or news or whatever,
Right.
there's a yellow ring that goes around on it.
Okay, that's what
And
somebody told me that the yellow ring meant they was listening.
it maybe that's what their yellow ring means.
I
At
don't know.
my
I
house,
don't know.
at my house, let me tell you something. I know for a fact it's not listening in my house because if they would just be hearing half of the conversations that going around here, they'd have been stopped by. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. I mean, the yellow ring goes around, and then you have to ask what's the notification, and it'll tell you. So lately, it's been like you said, a lot of situations built on this whole weather thing, and it's just amazing when you walk by and here it is, this yellow light. Sometimes you don't even want to know, and being that
Well,
you don't always want to know. You know what I
you
mean? But
don't.
maybe
But
you
I'm
do.
gonna just tell you.
Mhm.
That's I didn't realize you because I don't have a dot. I have one, but I have one at the job. It's at
Yeah,
work,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's the signal.
That's the sick. That yours is probably white, right?
No, no, no. I'm letting you know. They telling you what the powder level is. It's on the yellow. When you see the yellow light, that's what I'm telling you, bro. That's where it's at. It's on the yellow. I didn't know
What the
you
white
had
light?
that.
What the white light mean?
I don't know. I don't have that. I don't have a dot. You know.
So you never seen that
Don't
light
look
on
into
there?
the white light though. that might might
That
be
might be a problem.
might be over for you right
That
there.
might be a real problem.
Speaking
But
of speaking of a
don't walk
problem
into it.
though,
What's that? What's up?
I'm gonna put it out there because I remember long time ago when I was out there still running them streets. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That disclaimer when they do that, man.
Right? Yeah. You could,
Go
no, I
ahead,
was
man.
saying that's the
Hey,
truth. I ain't.
hey, hey, man. We believe you, man.
I didn't say y'all didn't believe me, P. I'm just telling people I don't know. I was getting ready to make a statement. It ain't about me. I ain't worried about nothing. But
For sure, for sure.
they was talking about how
Mm,
they used to tell men used to be like, man, I'm a problem. Shit, shorty, I'm trying to tell you, I'm a problem. You don't want to tell me I'm a problem. I
yeah.
don't think I was ever a problem, P. I think I was always a good fella. You know what I mean?
But you know what though? Let me say
I
this.
was always a good
Right.
fella. I don't
Like,
think I was a problem.
is there an issue? Like, all right, so that's why I said, all right, so understanding, right? The problem in that case to me
Yeah.
seems like it's coming from the realm of braggadocious level. I'm a problem, baby. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That can mean a lot of different things. But to me, it seems like it's either a disclaimer where I'm poop putt, I really ain't gonna do nothing right in my life,
Listen, don't look
or
into the light, Carolyn. Miss D, I did not know your birthday just passed. Happy birthday to you. Happy
oh yeah,
birthday to
happy
you.
born day on behalf of the brothers from the porch.
Right, and yeah,
Happy birthday.
and my I just found out that my mom shared the same birthday as you. I didn't know that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. I talked. Matter of fact, I talked to your son yesterday. You did too. I know.
Yeah.
Um, Big things. We getting ready to start working on some different things, so be on the lookout for that. We just trying to line it all up. Like he
Mm-hmm.
do all the time, lines it up, and then we'll just go ahead and take care of it from there.
I line up dollar bills on the table, just and the thing. I put the rubber band around it. I line up, when I put my sneakers in order. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Absolutely.
I don't,
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
don't know what kind of lines you. I used to push red lines
Nah.
on the car, but
Red
yeah,
lines on the way to get the white lines. I get it. So
no,
it's like no.
no,
Only lines I ever dealt with was free throw lines. Eh?
yeah,
That's it, man.
no, that's not
I
true,
told
P.
you. I told you all I
That's
did
not
was
true.
self checkout, man.
That's not true. You used to shape yourself up. That's a lie. That's a lie.
I did
You
that.
know,
I did
yeah.
that. took care of
I know
myself.
one thing though. I'm about ready for. I ain't gonna even put it out in the universe. Either for this to almost go all gray because right here I always look like I left a little bit. Right.
Mm. Yeah. Wash your face, man. Just wash your face. You know, and knock it right on off either way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you what went on with my life, man. You know, this past week.
I'm about to say what
Uh
happened with mom. Well, so what happened?
with mom. No, anything.
That's what it
Mom.
sounded like. You said. You said mine. I
Nah,
know.
nah, nah, mom in heaven, baby. You know, doing
Yeah.
well. I'm assuming.
She
You know
told
what
me
I'm
about
saying?
the Tina Turner concert. Yeah, it was all right.
Right there. That's where we'll put the
Boo-doo-boo-doo-boom,
pin. We'll put the pin in it
boo-doo-boo-boom.
right there. So
Doo-ga-doo-ga-doom, doo-ga-doo-ga-doom.
what I'm gonna say is this,
Ike was there too.
E. Um, he got you, man. You know what I'm saying? You like a bag of chips, man. You can't just get one off, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, I was getting ready to say what happened with my life as I just celebrated me and my wife 23 years of marriage on Saturday, man.
Yes. Clap it up for that.
Mhm.
I'm sorry about the late texting you. I thought I had texted y'all in the morning. I don't think I ever
Nah, it's
put
all good,
sin.
man. It's always on time, brother. It's
Yeah.
always on time, man. But yeah, we had a great um anniversary weekend. Obviously, you still got to juggle the schedules of the kids, or at
Right.
least one. The other one could pretty much move around on her own independently. And we got a chance to. It's a restaurant called Chubby Chicks Cafe, and
Heard
I want to
about
say
it.
it's in Blackwood. I want to say
Yeah.
Blackwood, New Jersey, and like is I think that's Gloucester County, I believe that way.
Yeah.
Um, Nice, man. Nice. If you get a chance, check out my me and my wife's Rain and Rainey's on the Rise, her Instagram channel, or not channel, I'm sorry, Instagram account. Check that joint out. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Small, nice place, man. But like I said, the people was extra dope. We went in. Matter of fact, they made an announcement. Next, they dropped the music. It's our anniversary. It was crazy. Everybody in the restaurant going crazy like we knew them and everything. It was super dope.
They did know
You know
you.
what I mean? You know what I mean? So shout out to once again Chubby Chicks Cafe. We did that breakfast. Um, like I said, man, family owned. You know what I mean? Owned by a sister and a brother. You know what I mean? Mr. Chubby is what he go by. They in there. They wearing jerseys. It's dope, y'all. Check it
Yeah.
out when you get a chance. You know what I'm saying? I definitely will be back. But so we did that. And I actually attended my first. I don't know if you guys know anything about Toastmasters, but I attended my first Toastmasters meeting yesterday. I'm taking this speaking thing serious, man, and I'm really trying to make sure I'm in the company of people who really going to promote, growth and elevation in that department, man. So it was a great meeting. I'm looking forward to the next phase of it. But once
Hmm.
again, man, if you haven't heard of it and you have any interest in trying to just be better at public speaking, look into the situation called Toastmasters. So that's what took place for me, bruh, primarily. The anniversary weekend was super dope. Yesterday, I dealt with the Toastmasters meeting, and here we are live once again on the podcast, and that's where I'm at.
That's it. That's it.
So
I
that was a great
listen.
day.
You could have came to my class though.
Okay.
I'm good at live speaking. Y'all know me. I ain't got no problem with talking. I ain't got no
So,
problem with playing music.
so what it is with you is that you're first off you have your own language.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I mean?
I
So
can talk the Toastmasters language, whatever language I
you
can
you
talk.
can definitely speak it. You can definitely
I can
speak it.
speak any. I can talk
They got. Let me
anything.
tell you something. What I learned, man. They got a position in there. Everybody has a responsibility and a role, right? They assign people certain things, and they got a person they call the all counter. Now, I ain't know what the all counter was,
Hmm.
but it's a person that's counting how many times you say all, and all of that,
Right.
and that person will report at the end of the meeting how many times you said those things,
Okay.
and the objective is for you to start to rid yourself of that particular habit. So immediately after I was told how many times I did it, immediately after that I started speaking. I kept catching myself and catching myself. So it's definitely
How many?
something.
How many times you said it?
I said it maybe three times. Three
Oh, that
times. I
ain't that
spoke.
ain't
I
bad.
spoke on the joint. Yeah, nah. I spoke on the joint like 57 seconds because you
Oh
got to. It's,
yeah,
it's
no, that
it's a
ain't bad.
part of it where you got to be between one minute and 2 minutes. You know what I mean? It was cool. You know what I mean? I jumped in and did my 1-2 on that. Um, but once again, man, that was what my situation consisted of. But if you get a chance and if you're into public speaking, check out Toastmasters.
Hmm.
But back to what we're talking about this week, man. We're dealing with the question, man. What exactly is a problem? You know what I mean? I think it was Biggie, right? That said, "More money, more problems."
Mm-hmm.
Think about that for a second. Let's dive into that for a half a second, right? More money, more problems.
Mm-hmm.
I said a problem for who?
Right.
If the objective in life is to get more money for a lot of people because it can take care of a lot of problems, elaborate what you think it is, more money, more problems, and how does that even come to be something that you even remotely think?
Well, with Biggie Smalls, he was talking about the hate.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He was talking about the hate. Big. I believe Big was talking about the hate. He wasn't talking about he don't know what to spend it on or know what to do with it. It's just
Right.
the fact that if everybody's chasing the same thing
Mm-hmm.
and you're the one that's looking like the man that's getting it, you
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going to be the hate. But see, this is where the difference is, and I'm gonna use this to help my my argument or what what I mean. But back then with hip hop, it was so competitive. A lot of it was based upon how much money you had. So now when a person finds out that Big is getting this much or Jay is getting this much or you know what I mean, and it was just you could tell that was that Brooklyn in them to say that this is more money, more problems. Because you always had rappers that'd come and say, y'all rapping about this, rapping about that, and it ain't that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Bottles, clothes, cars. But most rappers who rapped about that didn't have it.
Right.
So if this is, but that's not saying that they were broke, not saying that they didn't have the money, but that's just not what they use. So a person like Biggie, who was a person, cars, dressing nice, popping bottles, all that type of stuff. Well, listen, I got more money. I'm gonna continue to enjoy life the way I love it. It's gonna be more
Mm-hmm.
problems because people are gonna be hating on me. That's what I believe he meant with it.
Probably so. I mean,
Yeah.
I look at it right because I'm gonna give you a different right because I have more than one definition, but I want to give you this other definition because it's going to, like you said, support not my argument but my point, right? So the other one is a problem is a matter or situation regarded as unwelcome or harmful and needing to be dealt with and overcome. Okay, so I look at life like this. And I had this conversation, me in LA yesterday. We had a great conversation about it. Part of what I was discussing, actually, even with my oldest daughter, I said, I think that we misconstrue certain words, right? We misconstrue certain things. The word survival is a word that I think about often.
Right.
I had the definition for the word. Matter of fact, I don't have it in front of me right now, but the word survival, I'll get it for you and they'll be able to support my argument. But the point that I'm making in the situation is that sometimes we give words a certain type of power. And when we give these words a certain type of power, what we wind up doing is we start to actually use them and convince ourselves that every time we hear these words, that it's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And when you understand what the actual word
So
actually means,
hold on, I got the definition here for you. Survival, the state or fact of continuing to live or exist, typically in spite of an accident, ordeal, or difficult circumstances.
right?
Then it also
So,
says an object or practice that has continued to exist from an earlier time. That's all.
right. So I was looking at, I just seen the same thing. So you said that the first line is the state or fact of continuing to live or exist. Pause right there.
Pause.
First, first and foremost, the greatest accomplishment that you can ever have in life is what? Another day.
Yeah.
That's the greatest accomplishment. So when you
That's the
look at the
greatest
definition,
accomplishment, and it's the greatest, and it's one of the most underrated blessings.
it's exactly right.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
when you think about it from the perspective of survival, and the first line in the definition is the state or fact of continuing to live or exist. Every day we're in survival mode.
Yes.
Okay. So when I present that, I think the biggest issue with something like that sometimes is we often equate survival to moments of distress.
Yeah.
So when you hear the concept or if you hear the word survival, the first thing a person thinks is that you're in some kind of distress, you're in some kind of issue. Oh my goodness. If you tell a person, how you doing, man? Yeah, man, I'm surviving, brother. Depending on how you say it, they may look at a difference. Or you
Hmm.
may look at a person who survived a certain illness, something terminal or something different, You turn
Right.
around and you say, "Oh, okay, that person survived that situation." You understand in that moment that they were trying to, just put into play that they actually overcame that situation.
Right.
I'm making the point to say that because when we think about a problem, I think we do the exact same thing.
Yes.
I think we're so preoccupied with hearing the word problem and attaching something negative to it that we
Right.
don't understand that there's times where problems are only problems for you. So that's
Right.
why the question comes about a problem for who,
Yeah.
right? You understand what I'm saying? So like
It's,
when you look
it's
at it
it's understanding the capacity of the word.
exactly,
You see what I'm
like
saying?
I got some good friends of mine, right? I give you an example.
Hmm.
In the household, right? This household, the wife was graduating from college the exact same day as one of the kids. The wife was graduating in one state, and the child was graduating in another state. They couldn't be both places at one time. It's 365 days a year. All they needed was one different day, and they would have been fine. When you look up, some people will say, "Wow, how did you handle that?" Oh man, that's a problem.
Peace, cuz. Love you too, man.
Peace, family. Love you, cuz. You know what I mean? But we'll look up and we'll say that that's a problem. But that's a good problem to have, right? Because you can look up and say, "Oh my goodness, I can't be here to support the wife, and I can't be here to support the child."
Right.
But they both graduate and they both coming home with degrees.
Yeah.
So sometimes I think we look at the word problem and we attach negative situations to them when in reality, there's a such thing as good problems sometimes.
Well, it's the thing. I'm gonna always say this, bro. It always
What's
goes
that?
back to perception.
Right?
Pessimistic and optimistic people. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? When you're pessimistic, you're gonna always think something's an issue. Oh my God, my tank is half full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But an
Yeah.
optimistic person gonna say, "Hey man, I still got a half a tank. I
Exactly.
ain't got to get gas. I can stretch this to payday. You only got 2 days left. I can stretch this. I don't need to get
Right.
gas today." So
Absolutely.
it's all the way your mind state is. This the problem is people don't think that they can become the other side because they keep telling themselves that I can't look at things. If you're pessimistic, you can't. You keep telling yourself I can't be optimistic. Or if
Right.
you're optimistic, you tell yourself I can't be pessimistic. Pessimistic.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I meant to say. I don't
I'm
know.
right there with you. I got you. I got
Right?
you.
So I'll be messing
Yeah.
up words and shit. My wife always tell me.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
however, my point is we have that control and that power over that. And my being
Absolutely.
an optimistic person, there's no right or wrong way, but in all actuality, I think we should think more with an optimistic state because you will really find your strength and your understanding in your in the power you have. See, here's the thing: all problems are good. And I know a person gonna sit here and say, "E, what you mean all problems are good?" All problems are good because it showed you how strong you are.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
everything is done for a reason. When you have a
Absolutely.
problem and you show how you overcome it and conquer it, they say, "Guess what? I could count on him for anything." The only problem about showing that you could conquer all problems is that everybody else wants you to fix theirs.
Oh yeah,
and,
you become
and
the
you
go-to.
and you can't fix it. But here's the thing: I got something
Hmm.
perfect. If you trying to start, you want to throw an event, trying to plan a party or something like that, and you just don't have a time, and you feel like it's a problem, I
Yeah.
got a company that can help you with it right here. Pay attention.
Listen, whether it's your first or your 50th birthday, that 25 years of service, if not more, retirement party, or the day that you and the love of your life share vows to become one, let Front and Center Events take care of all of your event planning needs. Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show, where they truly keep you at the front and center of it all. Make sure to check out their Facebook and Instagram pages at FNC Events. Head on over today and get that party booked. Back to the show. Absolutely, absolutely.
I tell you what, though, I tell you what ain't a problem.
What's that?
My segues.
That segue was smooth, man. That segue was real smooth.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, I think like you saying though, what you was speaking about, bruh, is having a good problem. Like even from the situation, a problem being this is a thing that is difficult to achieve or accomplish,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it's only that until you do that. A problem's only a problem until there's a solution, right?
And let's just make this clear: powder is always a problem. So please,
Right.
don't mess with
Right.
that. Say no to powder.
I mean, there's some things that just it. You know what I mean? And that's one of them. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
nah, but honestly speaking, like you said earlier, like you was alluding to, you don't know the strength that you have sometimes until you're up against a problem,
Right.
right? People
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times don't want to move, right, and get better because, like I say all the time, man, the killer of greatness is goodness.
Right.
The killer, that's the only, if you ever want to know, wow, man, I do the right things, you know what I'm saying? I work hard, I do all of these different things, but I can't never get beyond this level. And I wonder why. It's because you're comfortable with being good.
Right.
That's your problem.
Mm-hmm.
See, you ain't gonna get out of comfort zone of being good until you have something that challenges you to have to move to the next level.
Right.
This is why sometimes it's a situation. That's why I say in the concept dealing with survival, when we equate that to being, a situation under stress, like we have to get better at understanding the capacity of words, but more importantly, we have to get better at doing what you said, bruh, just being more optimistic, even about the words in the capacity that we know.
Right.
So, like, even if you don't walk around, because nobody walks around and knows all the, the definitions of all of these words, you could take back the power of that situation by simply saying, "No, I don't have to subscribe to that.
Right. So
I don't have to do that." You know what I mean?
as we like to do, and I want you to take these situations because to help people be, relatable in certain things that we're going with.
Mm-hmm.
By now, right now as we're doing this live and recording it at the same time. It's a 1-1 record right now in the finals.
Absolutely.
What player, in a good way, you think is the biggest problem for the other team in the whole finals?
I think the Joker is a problem
Right.
for Miami.
Right.
I do. I think the Joker's a problem for Miami.
Right.
I think Spoelstra is a problem for Denver
Because he's smart
because he has the ability to adapt and he knows how to get the best out of the guys that he has.
all the time.
That to me is a dangerous thing because the athletes that are on the court, they're going to perform at the level that they have the ability to perform at.
Right.
But when you get out coached, you can always see a series, and I'm not saying that that's what's happening right now. You can always look at a series and tell when a team got out coached versus just the players outplaying the other team.
And I said that, and not to be funny, but I said that as well with the Super Bowl. Remember,
Yeah.
I said that. I said the play that changed the game is when Hurts fumbled. However, the second half, the Eagles just got out coached. You see what I'm saying? That's what that was. So I'm bringing up these examples and things that people see because every time, and these are good problems and bad problems, but it's always a problem is needed in every situation. See, we talk about a problem for who? It's not a problem for somebody who has an answer. And I just want to give y'all a tip. If you're trying to get rich, be able to solve problems because you're always needed. That's almost like a dead giveaway. Be able to solve a problem. Be able to help a person when they have an issue. But certain things that people make problems just ain't problems. When they turn around, they make the statement like, look at this. I got this stain on these pants right here. I was gonna wear them tomorrow. That's a problem. Now I don't know what I'm gonna wear. Man, you just can't wear those. Come on, man. You got other pants in the closet. That ain't no problem.
Ain't no problem.
Yeah,
And then what happens
don't
when you
clown
run
for
across
that.
a situation that's really a problem? If you make everything that's a challenge a problem, what happens when a real problem comes up?
Yeah, and I'm just using where show people where we can look at the word problem and just realize that because we're solving them on a daily basis,
Mhm.
it shouldn't be nothing should really be a problem to you. You know what I mean? The only thing that I could say is a problem is when somebody treats me with disrespect. That's a problem.
Yeah.
If I'm respecting you and you treat me disrespectfully, I know how to handle it. Just don't mess with you.
Yeah.
Don't
Right.
mess with you because
Yeah.
if I'm with around another grown person and they keep thinking they disrespect me, then it's going to be a problem when that chin get broke. You know what I mean? That's how it go.
You too old to be talking about breaking chains, man. too old to be talking about breaking chains.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you too old to have the ability to defend yourself,
Nah, I didn't say
but
you know that.
but you ain't got it. You know. Now
Right.
I'm gonna say this once again. Back to the optimistic piece. I think people lose optimism because of the fact that they start to, like ET said, people speak what they see instead of speaking what they seek. And so,
Right.
because of the fact that when you look up and you consistently are talking about everything negative, you got people, bruh, sometimes their life can be going good and they can tell you 3 to 4 negative stories about other people they know. And you be like, yo, but how are you doing?
Yeah.
You just told me about everybody. You just told me about 2, 3 other people who having a rough time right now. I asked you how you was doing, and you start telling me about their dilemmas and they tough spots in their life.
Right.
Because people will do it. They're so gravitated towards the negative things that even when their life is going good, I've seen people, bruh, sometimes talk themselves into negative situations.
All the time.
And you be like, yo, like, I'm not telling you don't have anything going on, but fam, I sat here and listened to you talk yourself into the attitude that you have right now. You didn't even have that attitude when you walked up. Now you done talked yourself into a situation where all of a sudden, that's where you at with it. And it's just like a problem for who?
Mm-hmm.
Like you over here getting upset right now about your homeboy and what's going on in his relationship, but you go on Facebook right now and him and this lady at the beach. He told you
Yep.
about that yesterday. They done pissed, damn. They done pieced that up and moved on.
They done
Right.
pissed. They done pissed that up and had to get new sheets.
Yeah, pissed, pissed and peed. You know what I'm saying? They done, pieced it up and moved on. While we so busy trying to, sit back and just talk about the negative situation. So I believe that we need to take the power back in the situation. Look at, if it's something is a problem, how is it impacting you? Who is it impacting? And what can you honestly do about it?
Right.
Like if it starts raining, that's not a problem. That's an act of nature.
Right.
Go inside someplace where it's not raining. It's only a problem if you allow it to fester into your mind. I wish it wasn't raining because there's no one on the planet that has control over that situation.
But the Lord.
That's what I'm saying. So when
And
you
when
look at
God
it,
see fit, it's gonna happen.
yeah, like he's right there with you.
So he's always with me because he wants everybody to know.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Well, it's time. Okay, it's time. Let's go ahead and bring it in.
Trying to figure it
It's
out.
time for E's magical moment. Brought to you by Merlin the Magician.
Amen.
There's never a problem that can't be solved. Never a problem.
He need to go on
Always
tour.
understand that the magic man is always here for any problem you need. Anything you need solved. If I can't fix it, I know somebody that can. Toilet overflowing,
He
I got a
said,
plumber.
he said, it ain't a problem that I can't fix.
It ain't a problem that I can't fix because I'm in the mix. That's something my pop would have said. You know what I mean? Yeah, right on, Jack. I could get anything I need to do. I ain't worried about it. That's right, baby boy. Like, you know how you get. Yeah.
Nah, but like I said, once again, man, you know, I asked that question because, man, you ever sit back and think about some of the moments, man, where, because social media, man, I swear it's more videos that show people having issues, whether it's in the mall, out in the streets, fighting
Yeah.
all over the place. And sometimes you look at these videos, I know I've done them, but like, yo, what was the problem?
Yeah.
Like, what really was the problem? I'm not, like, to that degree.
They want to go viral.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
The problem was they didn't pay attention to the yellow ring. That yellow ring that's around.
Yeah, I agree.
They died before they went out the house.
They'd have looked at that yellow ring.
They would have seen that yellow ring. They'd have been like, I ain't messing with it today.
I'm gonna tell you who ain't playing no more. I'm gonna tell you who I've been noticing ain't playing no more, and it is a bit of a problem.
Ooh.
These teachers not playing with these kids no more, man.
Nah.
I'm glad you're not a substitute teacher no more.
Oh no, I
man.
wouldn't be able to do it. Oh.
Hey, man.
Speaking of which though, shout out. Hey, listen, anybody's watching, if your child attends Parker Elementary School tomorrow. I will be there tomorrow for Career Day. Let's clap it up for that.
Oh, okay.
Speaking to the babies for Career Day. They don't want to. They ain't looking for the waterman. They're looking for the
Oh man, I
DJ.
wish I'd have knew, man. I'd have
They're looking
came,
for the
man.
DJ. Yeah, they want to. They want me to come talk tomorrow for Career Day and talk to the children. About
Oh,
DJing
that's
and
a good
being a
thing, man.
DJ and you know I'm a
Absolutely, yeah, Miss Jones, the magician. Yeah, not you said not the magician.
yeah Merlin.
Yeah, he back. He back. Yeah, that's him, man. That's what he into. You know what I'm saying? I was getting ready to tell you something else, man, about a problem. Hmm. It'll come back to me. Yeah, but no, just speaking about the NBA finals. I don't know, man. Who you like tomorrow night? Who you like tomorrow night?
Miami
Okay.
tomorrow to Miami. Yeah,
First one back in Miami, you like Miami.
yeah.
Got it. Got it. I think I like Denver to rebound and bounce back. I did you get a chance to check out Dear Mama?
Every time I cut it on, and it's not like I'm not into. It's when I lay down.
Yeah. No,
So
that's
it's
a problem.
yeah. That's I ain't going. I ain't going to see much of it when I lay down.
That's a problem, man. Check that out, man. It was a great documentary series. I think it's like 5 parts to it.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
know you're talking
pretty
about
good, man.
Tupac on Hulu.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, definitely check that joint out. That was tough.
yeah.
Been checking that.
Speaking of which, did you know that Mary J. Blige
Okay.
is two songs, "Real Love" and "Strength of a Woman"? She made them into movies on Lifetime.
Nah.
Yeah, yeah. I know. My sister love that. It premieres June this Friday. No, Saturday, June 10th. I think "Real
Okay.
Love," and cause you watch I'm gonna explain it better. It got you watch BMF, so
I do.
it got T is the dude, you know what I
Okay.
mean, and Kato is the chick.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I gotta definitely check that joint out. Okay. I ain't mad at that, man. Yeah. Yeah, man. Well, so that's what's going on with that, man. I gotta definitely look into that. It was something else, E. And I don't let you tell it. I know why. I know why you can't remember because of a problem. That's not why I can't remember what I was going to actually say to you about the situation dealing with a problem, man.
Mm-hmm.
But wow, man, I can't believe that I can't recall exactly what I wanted to say to you about the situation. Let's revisit this situation I was talking about before, though. All right, we make a statement about are we too quick to call something a problem when it may be the thing or the situation that creates our next great outcome? Do you think that we're too quick to call things problems that may actually contribute to the next level growth that we need?
A lot of people are.
Okay.
A lot of
Okay.
people are, and I think everybody at one point has fell victim of that. You know what I mean? Just,
Mm-hmm.
just, just, just a lot of people are. Keep talking.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, so I asked that question, guys, just to put it out there. Once again, man, as a person who is a major proponent of us taking back the power and the capacity that words have on certain situations, I asked that question because I feel like once again the whole thing with survival and distress, we use it too much and we run them into the same thing when the objective in life is to survive every day, right?
Right.
We want to grow and develop and get better and better and better as we go along. But we don't want to deal with nothing that forces it. We want to grow
Absolutely.
comfortably, right? We want to be comfortable while we're growing and doing the next thing. I tell people all the time, like I said in Motivational Monday, the difference between being ordinary and extraordinary is literally the word extra. That's what you have to do. That's
Right.
what extraordinary is. It's just extraordinary. So when
Mm-hmm.
you look at it from the perspective of what is a problem, when you start to take back the power away from these different things, in my opinion, you start to be able at that point navigate yourself into the ways that allow you to be able to say, nah, I have to do this. It's not a problem. It's just a part of the equation. It's just a piece to the puzzle that's going to let me get to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start looking at certain people that you see in the world and in the industry that are going through certain things or doing certain things, we start to understand later on the genius that went into it or the effort that went into them becoming exactly who they are, right? Like we'll look up right now, we'll tell a person, oh man, Like it's a difference. Like I would look up and say that John Morant, in my opinion, has a problem.
Hmm.
And whatever that problem is, I don't have no kind of credentials to diagnose. Oh, it's just, I'm not saying it's anything to that degree, but I think he has a judgment problem.
Right.
I'm on the outside looking in. I don't have to be in his life, but I believe that he has a judgment problem. I think that that is a problem where you look at a situation where you turn around and say, okay, I want to do something and get to the next level. Stop calling it a problem when it's a necessary thing to do to
Yep.
get to the next level.
Yep. It's
So
a
we
necessary
can't,
task. You
right.
know
It
what I mean?
has to be done.
It's see, we only call things problems because we don't know the answer.
Yeah, Miss Jones, I was having a brain fart. I'm back now. I'm
But
back. Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying though?
absolutely. Nah, absolutely.
Yeah, like we only call things a problem a lot of times when we don't have a immediate answer.
Yeah,
So
like it's
for
crazy. Go ahead. Yeah.
so for example,
Mm-hmm.
when you get a math, it's a math
Problem.
problem, right?
Right. Right.
Okay. So before you knew how to add, when somebody turned around and said, "What's 2 + 2?" when you was doing 4, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was instantly a problem at first, but now somebody look at you and say, "What's 2 + 2?" You 4, man. That's not a problem. I know what that is.
Right. Because you know why? Because it was always a formula present,
Right.
which is what we're actually talking about. We look at situations as being a problem, and it's a problem because we don't want to learn the formula.
What? Which
See,
is
once you
which
learn
is
the
instructions and directions.
right. So once you understand what the formula is, you can then not only learn how to do it yourself, but you can actually teach other people. Bro, that's not a problem. Here go the formula right here.
Right.
But because of the fact that we give so much capacity, the capacity of power that we give to words, soon as somebody say that something's a problem, your mind starts to shut down. It starts to kill any and all the options that may come to it to be able to solve whatever said problem is.
Right.
Where if a person told you what was going on first, you may turn around and say, "Oh, I experienced that before. That's not a problem." But if I pick up the phone and say, "Hey, I got a problem," I'm already setting the table for it to be something difficult,
Right.
something that can't be done. I can't accomplish the situation. But if I pick up the phone and I call you and I make a statement like, "Hey, bro, I got X, Y, and Z going on. I think I'm having a tough time with it." You'll turn around and say, "Oh, bro," you may turn around and say, "Nah, that ain't no issue, bro. I dealt with something like that before, or I know somebody that can deal with that. That ain't no problem." That's literally the response that people say. That ain't no problem.
Ain't no problem.
And even with the situation, like you were just saying a few minutes ago, acknowledging the situation of a problem being something that you don't yet have a solution for,
Right.
we'll turn around and we'll say that we got, this person right here. Oh, man, that's the problem child.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, we haven't figured out what? The formula.
Right.
They're a problem at the moment because we haven't figured out the formula that helps them be a better person.
Right.
And sometimes the reason why you're dealing with things specifically or problems or challenges, for lack of terms, is coming to you directly is because, like you said earlier, bruh, you are being tasked with solving something that is viewed as a problem to somebody else. Why you said what you said earlier.
Right.
If you are a problem solver or a person that can get things done, you will always have value. You will always have, opportunities that other people who just look at things and say it's a problem and shut the door that they never ever tried to entertain.
So
So that's just my spin on that
no,
situation.
it's just spinning. It makes all the sense in the world. It's all again. It goes back. It goes back to perception and what you look at, like you said, as a problem. That's why you ask the question: the problem for who?
Yeah.
Because in all actuality, it's not a problem if you have the tools and the knowledge
Yep.
to handle it, to solve it.
Absolutely.
Because that's part of the equation. See, the equation can sometimes be right there in your face, but if you don't physically have the ability or mentally have the patience
Mm-hmm.
to acquire
Mm-hmm.
this skill, if that's what you need to do, you know,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
and it all starts with interest and passion.
Yeah.
See,
Absolutely.
when especially men, I'm talking to men, right to men right now, real men, right? There's so many things y'all know we do on a daily basis that we may not want to do, but we do it because we know what it's for. So if it's
Right.
something that we have to do to, because our jobs is to be providers and protectors. So if it's
Mm-hmm.
something that I have to do that means I have to provide for my family or protect my family, and I may not necessarily want to do it, I'm still gonna do it
Yeah.
without a problem.
Yeah.
You see
Or
what I'm
or
saying?
or 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 even like, is it really a problem?
Right.
No, it's just a feeling that right now I really don't feel like doing that right now. It's not a problem. That's a feeling,
Right.
and that's fine.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a problem with you smacking, bro. Like you may want to chew to the left or the right. Don't you? Come on, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, but what I was going to say is that you understand what I'm saying. So when you look up and you say something, it's we fuel our thoughts. So when we say things and we give power to what we're saying by using the word in a certain capacity, we set the table for it to be exactly what we're trying to make it out to be. So if I pick up the phone and I call something a problem before I say to you exactly what it is, it's already been, introduced as a problem
Right.
versus a situation where if I turn around and I say to you that I have a dilemma or not even a dilemma, I don't describe it with one word at all. I literally spell out or say out exactly what the situation is. It's a different thing. Like I said, a problem is nothing but a matter or situation regarded as unwelcome or harmful and needing, here's the most important part, and needing to be dealt with and
Right.
overcome. So
Right.
if I call you and I'm trying to get a solution from you, if I call you and I give you a problem, I'm not calling you to get, you understand? Like I'm giving you a problem. I'm not giving you the issue in its
Right.
entirety. I'm giving you what I'm already calling a problem. Where if I
Right.
describe it to you, you may say,
That's not a problem.
that's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that we have to just keep on. I know. Hey, bruh, say what you eating, eh?
I had I had some grilled chicken thighs, boneless,
Mm-hmm.
little spinach,
Mm-hmm.
and some baked potatoes with little cheese and little bacon bits on it. I know you don't eat swine, but I do. So,
Hey, no
however,
problem.
however, clap it up, clap it up. I think I'm about 53 days straight, no fast food. Told you I'm going for 365, man.
You're doing great, man.
Mm-hmm.
You're doing great, and it hasn't been a problem.
It hasn't been a problem.
That's what I'm saying. So I just think that what we got to do, man, like I said, that's why it comes up. A problem for who?
Mm-hmm.
Literally, that's why I say that because we have to learn how to, once again, and I know it sounds like a broken record, we have to learn how to take back the power that we give these words.
Mm-hmm.
We have to. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ask you a question. I just want your answer. Just whatever your answer in the situation
You want
is.
Eric's answer or you want DJ E's answer?
It's what he does, y'all. Like he a comedy show dude, man. So, yeah. All I'm gonna say is this, man.
You usually ask me a bunch of questions if you're doing this or that or would you rather.
If I'm gonna do that, I'd like to ask this question.
Yeah, I didn't know it was part of it. It's okay. It's
Okay.
okay.
So this question I would like to ask you is,
Yeah, go ahead.
what do you think? I almost forgot again, Miss Jones. He does that every time, yo. What do you think a expert is?
An expert. An expert is something that a person rates these people because everything is comes off a rating of somebody else. Like an expert usually don't walk around calling themselves an expert. Somebody else labels them as an expert first.
Okay.
Usually.
Okay. Okay.
Usually.
Okay.
But my definition of an expert is not always somebody who physically knows how to do something, but has the
Hmm.
knowledge and understanding on how it could be done and how it needs to work.
Right.
That's my definition of an expert.
That's great. And see, here's the thing. I believe that most people all have expert ability inside of them
Well, we were
because
all
we're all
blessed with an expert, like a gift that we were supposed to be an expert at. Whether we exercise them or not is the question. But you are
right.
absolutely correct. We all
Yeah.
have some expert ability in something. Yes.
So the reason why I bring that up is because just to give my interpretation of the word expert, like you said, just to piggyback off what you said, I think it's somebody who has a level of knowledge and
Mm-hmm.
experience in a particular thing or in particular things,
Right.
and can offer that not only from a perspective of like basically them having that information on their own, but having the ability to be able to translate that to other people who don't have that same level of expertise to help them grow and develop into what it is. Which is why you'll turn around and have consultants. People who are generally consultants are usually experts in a particular field or something to
or a
study.
particular area of that field.
Correct. Or a
But the
particular
person,
area. Yep.
but that person who's usually running whatever that's hiring the consultants. I know. I'm not talking about the business side and people getting the money and all that. I'm just saying people who understand, who may know a little bit. They may be an expert of running a
Right.
particular project or something of that nature.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now, I have learned to become. I know what I'm an expert in. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I've already
Exactly.
learned that what I'm an expert in, and I'm not about to say, oh, I'm an expert DJ. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I'm an expert in the people business.
You're an expert at disclaimers.
Yeah.
Just go
No,
ahead
no,
and say.
no, no, no. It's not a disclaimer. I'm just saying that wasn't a disclaimer. Me going to DJ business. No, I'm saying I'm not doing that as a disclaimer. I'm saying it before somebody think they can predict what I say. You know what I mean? Saying that, oh, he about to say he an expert DJ. Nah, I'm just saying that. That wasn't a disclaimer. Disclaimer would be, before I start cussing, don't take my, that's a disclaimer. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying don't try to predict my thoughts. That's what I'm saying.
Who would
But
do that?
somebody watching, P. Somebody's going to
Okay.
listen to it later
You
and
right.
they going to try to do that. That's my opinion on it. Let me go
All
ahead
right,
and roll with it.
keep on building. Build, keep
Let me
no,
roll with
no,
it.
no. I'm out your way.
I'm an
I,
expert.
I'm gonna sit back in the back.
I'm an expert in the people business. I feel like I can adapt in any situation when it comes to people. Whether they're trying to start an issue, I can diffuse it without violence. You know what I mean? I think this is why everything that I do, I'm always putting the public. See, the universe will really put you in position of what you're an expert in on a regular basis. I deal with so many people, not just with Trill Waterworks. You could say I could not be at work. You understand what I'm saying? But I deal with so many people a day, and it's like random people. Hey, can I get your opinion on something? And you be saying to myself, out of everybody that's walking here, they picked the short guy. But I learned to be the man, to be that people person. You know what I mean?
Hey, man. I think they like your sense of humor, man.
Nah, it's not
Um.
just that. I could be funny. I could be serious. It's just I'm a people person. I know when to hold, when to fold, man.
Okay. So you're an expert with people. All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. That's your breakdown. All right. Let's get into some questions.
All right,
Some
let me
would you
just go ahead
rather?
and let's go ahead. Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Would You Rather. Let's keep going.
My man, the expert. Welcome to another episode of Would You Rather, where I ask E a series of questions and eventually I get an answer. We get right into it. E, would you rather feed a flamingo or a pelican, man? What's your answer?
That's my answer, man. A
Wait,
flamingo or a pelican? I don't trust pelicans, man. I go with a flamingo
okay.
with a
Would you
glass
rather?
of pink lemonade and everything.
This guy,
You know what I mean?
it's crazy, man.
But
Yo, would you rather DJ a Halloween party or a Christmas party?
oh, Christmas parties. Christmas parties, man. Listen, Christmas party, them corporate Christmas parties be everything, man. They be love. They be love.
Okay.
Everybody's in a joyous time. You know, they give out gifts. You know, and I ain't got time for somebody trying to scare me and I'm doing my bling because I might punch you in the face. You know, being a people person at the time. You know what I
Done that.
mean?
I've done that. I've done that.
See what I'm saying? You've done
That's
that.
why it's like, yeah,
Yeah. And
it ain't
October's
cool.
my
It
month.
ain't
Don't get it
cool.
wrong. That's the great Mr. October's right here. But at the end of the day,
All right, man. Would you rather go to a movie theater or a drive-in movie?
um, I've experienced both. Um, it really depends on where I'm at, and I'm gonna tell you why. If it's cold outside, I don't want to be at the drive-in. Also, a lot of the drive-ins they want you to turn to the certain station on your radio to be able to hear the movie. You know that's how I work in a lot of drive-ins now. Like you pull up your radio and you turn around and you hear it through your car. It's not like they give you a speaker. You remember they used to give speakers back in the day? Yeah, they don't do that. So that means I got to have my shit just idling. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know,
Something to think about.
right.
Yeah,
But
and gas a little expensive right now.
last movie I seen, they got driving in New York though. The last movie I seen in I seen a driving. It was years ago. Was Notorious.
We got one down here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ain't too far.
Right.
Um, okay. Would you rather have a roller coaster in your backyard or a miniature golf course?
Miniature golf. Yeah, miniature golf. I ain't got that energy to be on no roller coasters and none of that no more. Go outside, get flipped over and all that. Could you imagine off a fresh night of swig? You like, man, look, let's get on the ride. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's gonna go. But
Nah.
you grown folks, let's go ahead and hit a couple putts, man, with the cigar.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
That's what I'm
think I
saying.
think I think I would definitely prefer that anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not trying to
The
get on no
mini golf
rides no more,
there.
P. Yeah, maybe
I ain't,
20
I
years ago.
nah, I ain't got a problem with getting on the rides, but
Nah,
I'm
nah.
just
I just
saying.
don't. Bro. You know, I used to get on rides. I ain't worried about rides.
But
I
I'm just
just don't
looking at
feel
the
like
fact that a miniature golf course is probably more realistic.
it. Right.
I ain't even bugging off the other part. I'm just like, how big is your yard?
Well,
You know?
well, I assumed that if you said that your yard was pretty huge anyway. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I
I
get
ain't.
it.
That's why
You
I
know,
just assumed that. You know, because we're gonna have that yard.
yeah. All right, so
Yeah.
you're right. All right, all right. So would you rather have a
See what
pool?
you seek. That's what he said, right? See what you seek. E.
No, speak what you see.
Speak what you seek. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Would you
Yep.
rather have a pool in your backyard or a basketball court?
Basketball court.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Less
basketball court.
maintenance. Less maintenance. I
Let's
right
make
now.
right. That's what I like about it. See,
Nah,
everybody
but
would think because
but
I'm
I
not
would
a
take a pool though. I would
yeah.
take a
Oh no, no,
pool.
no. I would take a pool, and I'm not even a swimmer.
Yeah.
Like if I bought a house, I ain't gonna say, man, I'm not buying this house because they got a pool. Nah. But if you give me the choice, I'm gonna
I
go.
mean,
I'm gonna go with the basketball court. That's just
this
me, man.
this the one that's gonna get used more in my house,
The
and
pool,
it ain't
yeah.
gonna be the bad.
The
No
pool, the
question.
pool, the
No
pool would
question.
get used more at my house.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
question.
I'm not. Ain't no thought of that. But it's that you hit it on the nail with the less maintenance.
Yeah. No, no, no. Okay.
Granted, I had a nice pool in the yard. I would entertain more. Probably have little pool parties and DJing. Like it would be dope. Don't get it wrong.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which brings me to the next question: would you
Mhm.
rather go to a birthday party or a pool party?
Uh, Pool parties are always dope. They're always dope. I DJ them from time to time. You know what I mean? They're always dope. And birthday parties, it depends on the person. You know what I mean? Because people don't understand. That's the secret. That's what makes the party. If the birthday person is upset, the party's going to drag because we're all there for them. And birthday people, we understand you want your night perfect, but don't be so annoyed because you got to realize these people took time out of their day to show you love. They're not there for the free meal that you give them because they could have got a meal and they eat it. They've been eating every day before they got here. Be appreciative. That's all I'm saying. Happy birthday.
Absolutely. Nah, I
Happy
mean, I get
birthday.
it. Like I said, I think that pool parties at this stage and age, obviously, are I mean, because everything that goes into it,
Right.
I think that I would appreciate it. But then also, once again, depends on what time of the year it is. I mean, I don't want to
Right.
go to a January pool party.
Nah.
I mean, I'm assuming that if this is even optional, it's
Yeah.
during the season where both are really an option.
Right.
So I switch it up real quick, man. Go to something educational, man. Something that I think that we can both appreciate. Don't think it's the right or wrong answer in this situation, but would you rather have a school with a strong arts program or a strong technology program?
I'm gonna say with school technology,
Okay.
and even though I'm in the arts, Um, because I believe that art is so abstract that it's good to learn about art and who were the artists and things of that nature. And but I think if you're in something, if you're really an artist and you're in it strong enough, you're going to do that research and stuff anyway. Now, granted, teaching about art can probably pull a person into art more if they were indecisive. That's the things about schools. It helps bring out what you're into. But I say technology because I feel like in life that technology is something that should be a life skill. You know, in this time of day, and this is very minute in technology, everybody should know how to send an email.
Hmm.
But some people don't even understand the internet or what this device does for the internet. Or they can do this on their cell phone. You get what I'm saying? Like it was people who didn't even like messing with text message. And everything I'm saying is all communications, but it falls with technology. But I say art because of the fact anyway, when you like for example, I'm a DJ. I look at old DJs, new DJs, everything. I make beats sometimes. I look at producers that I feel like that I've liked their music and all that. So you're going to study it anyway. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Depending what you're into. That's just my opinion.
Okay. No, I think that's great. You know what I mean? Would you rather be at a school with a strong academic program or a strong extracurricular program?
Um, so when you say extracurriculum and academic, like they run kind of close. So what they mean, like just known for the academics, like for example, like an Ivy League school is already for some reason, like if you know you went to Harvard, they put you up here or Princeton or Yale. And I'm not saying that these people don't deserve that. I'm just saying, or what you mean extracurriculum, like they're actually just teaching you more.
Now, I think in this particular question, the way they're doing it is it's like extra things that you could do from a perspective of clubs, um, chess clubs, and all those other
Oh, you mean
things.
things like that?
It's
Oh,
just for or intramural sports.
yeah.
Um,
I think I would go with an extracurriculum more. And the reason
okay,
why I say that
okay.
is because it puts you when you're around a group of people that you feel your energy and your vibe fits.
Hmm.
You're going to get the best out of that person. Meaning this, meaning that let's just go away from that, but real quick, like you just really look at it as the number one goal is actually in life is to find, they say to find God, to find religion. Whether you look at religion or not, but finding God is having self awareness and finding yourself. And then the next best thing after that is finding your mate, your life partner that you connect with. I'm not talking about intimacy. For most people, it's about finding a spouse, but it could be finding that soulmate, that partner that believes in you, that's going to help you when you're around them, help you bounce your best ideas and get you to the next level. I feel like schools with those type of clubs, you start to spend more time with people and understand and mesh to realize that, hey yo, let's go in business together. Let's do this. Or let's turn around and start this nonprofit program. Or you like giving back to your community too. Well, let's go here and start. You understand what I'm saying? But I think when a person is just there for academics, you have to focus completely on your academics. That you're not building those relationships because they mean something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I
That's my opinion of it.
no, it's a great breakdown. No, it makes a lot of sense. I think that the way that they worded it, being an or, a or strong, is where it becomes, like wow, all right, I got to make a decision. I'm gonna say academics in the situation because once again, if you are talking about, beyond high school years, let's just say you are talking about your collegiate years. I believe that when you go to college, you're supposed to be going to a place that's going to suit what you're actually pursuing.
Right.
So if you're like strong academically and that's
Right.
where you are and you feel like that's going to be the path that you need to take to get to where you need to get to,
Right.
then obviously you would gravitate more towards a strong academic program. I
Right.
believe that if you are sound in that department, but you know that there is a element to you that is more extracurricular in the sense that, like you said, you're an entrepreneur, you're a dreamer, you're a person that's creative, you're a creative. I believe that you may move more towards the extracurricular programs because honestly speaking, it's more where your heart is pulling you overall in
Right.
life.
It's where the vibe is pulling you.
So,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
believe it depends on
And
what
and
the
and
long term goal is.
and you're gonna always get that type of answer from me with that type of situation because I already know that the biggest thing that has pushed me further in life with everything that I do is my relationships. See, for me to be a people person and say that you know I'm an expert at people and how to vibe with people, I have to meet people for some reason, whether or not, and it always came for me doing extra things. You know what I mean? You know, like you just explained how you went to your first Toastmasters. You're going to continue to grow with these people, and y'all gonna gravitate to each other and be good. But I do understand what you mean academically as well because I wasn't thinking about it on a collegiate level. But
Hmm.
I'm just saying, depending on what you're going to college for. You see what I'm saying? Like if you're
Hmm.
going to be a doctor, an attorney, um, things that really you have to understand, even anything in medical, nurse, all that, you have to understand what that is. If you're just going to say, I'm going to get me a business administration degree, you have to understand business. Granted, don't get it wrong. You have to understand business law, the structure of it. But what's going to get you the best opportunities a lot of times is your relationships. Cause oh yeah, I know a guy over here that can help me get this. Yeah, you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
I
That's
mean,
how I
yeah,
see
I
it.
mean, it definitely, and to me that helps to me a lot more when because now you're getting into personality things. You
Right.
know, if
That's why I said for me it's like that.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
trying. I'm
because
talking about
yeah,
me per
no, no,
se.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. I'm just saying, like, if no, but I understand what you're saying about yourself. But I'm just saying,
Right.
like in general, if you're introverted, those relationships may not come that way. You know what I mean?
They not. They won't.
Because of the fact that just by nature you're just not going to be somebody. If you're
You're not
extroverted,
exactly. Yep.
it's definitely a strength that we have. But I will
Mm-hmm.
say this as well, just piggybacking off of that, before I move to the next question. Like I had a quick conversation with Link, and she was saying to me about her having to take a class that has 0 credits. There's no credits coming out of it, and it's like a mandate. You know what I mean? And it's like you sit back and you think about it. Like how difficult would it be to convince yourself I got to go to this class and I can do exceptionally well in it, and it's not going to be any credits in it.
What
You
kind
have
of
to convince
classes?
yourself. I forget something dance related, like bro, like you know what I mean. Like she told me, but I can't recall exactly what the situation is. But it's dance related, and the hidden the hidden benefit is that she will, even though she's not getting the credits for it, she's getting the wisdom from it.
That's
And so
that's
at
what I was
some
about to say.
point you have to kind of get to a certain point, and that's why I say it all depends on what you're seeking outside of what's in front of you. So
Right. Yeah, and that's what.
speaking what you seek, versus what you see.
Right.
So, okay. Would you rather go to public school or private high school? Or would you rather go to, let me say it the right way. Would you rather go to public or private high school?
Um, I had a choice. I had the choice. I went to public. Um, as you know, I super had the choice. I had a lot of options private wise. You know, um, sometimes I do wish I went um private. Sometimes I do, just to just from what I was just talking about, to gain those relationships and meet some of these people. You know, I've always
Mhm.
felt like I'm gonna meet people wherever I'm at anyway. That's why I can mesh anywhere. Sometimes I do. I think I would have went to college, a 4 year school. I mean, I do have an associate's degree, but I would have went to a 4 year school had I went to private school. I believe. You know what I mean? Um, but I don't regret going to public schools because at the same time, it helped me. Who you are is who you are, man. Like when I tell you that I'm an expert with people, the reason why I was so accepted at the private school and it was different, is because I knew how to adapt and still stand out at the same time.
Mhm. Mhm.
Same way I did, for example. Okay, going to the ninth grade. I always speak about how I went to the Hun School of Princeton for a summer program. We actually boarded at the school. I was the only kid who had their own room. Everybody else had had a roommate. You know what I mean? Everybody always hung out in my room because I was a people person. I had the music. We sitting there, we laughing, we vibing. Everybody always hung out in my room, right? Go back to public school, Trenton High. I knew everybody. Regardless of where I am, I know how to adapt. That's just who I've always been. And that's a blessing. That's something that I've always understand. So in that thing, it's an even spread. I really can't choose. I went to public schools, but I can't choose out of that.
So I'll give my response to that, and then we'll close that out because we definitely rolling
Oh
right
yeah,
into extra.
we
We
ran
pushed,
extra. We got
yeah,
extra. We had an extraordinary episode.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So my feelings about the situation, if I'm talking about myself, like you, I went to public school. I had no problem with my education. Um, as a parent of children who didn't necessarily go to private schools, but Catholic schools and charter schools and things of that nature, I saw the different experiences that they've had, and I can see definitely the benefit in both sides of it. And I think that at the end of the day, once again, education is exactly what it is, and what you actually contribute to, you learning is what's going to make it worth it or not. You could put a person in the best environments with all the educational tools and everything that they need, but if they're not, you know, being sponges and soaking that stuff up, it doesn't matter where they are. So it all depends on what you're going to those schools for. If I was going for a particular type of education, I would say that, I believe you can get value in both environments. But if I was going because, I just wanted to say I did this, you know, I think it all depends once again on what you're actually looking for. So I don't think it's right or wrong. I think you pick the school that's going to best suit you, put yourself in the best position to be able to learn everything that you need to learn. So if that's public, cool, private, cool. Just go somewhere and get educated. That's the only thing that I can tell you. I'm done with that one, man. You can take us out, bro.
That was another episode of Would You Rather, brought to you by the Porch Podcast. We appreciate you tuning into that segment. And we also appreciate you tuning in to episode 127, A Problem, right? Let's clap it up one more time for that right there.
Absolutely.
As you know, you can catch us on your favorite podcast streaming site, meaning Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Audible, Red Circle, Stitcher, Radio Public. Anywhere you get podcasts at, you'll find us. Where they can see us at, P.
You can see us each and every week, right about 7 o'clock. Seems like it's been rolling pretty consistent on Tuesdays, right here on my brother's Facebook page, live, and then you can see the recording of that actual live on Thursday, right at the Porch Podcast on our YouTube channel. You can definitely catch it there. Make sure that you please, follow us on our Instagram page. That's the Porch Podcast. Make sure you check us out on our individual pages as well. But, like he said, each and every week, man, we appreciate however you've been tuning in, whether it's been through the audio or the video, or hopefully both. We enjoy and appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to hang out with your favorite brothers for the porch. That's all I got for you this week, man. I think that it's been a great episode. We look forward to seeing y'all next week. E, what you got for him, bruh?
Peace. I ain't had nothing. I'm out.
That'll work for me too, baby. Peace,
Uh,
y'all. We see y'all
Peace.
next week.
Yeah.